On August 12, 2026, the moon will pass in front of the sun, and modern astronomers will know the exact second it happens, down to a fraction, calculated decades in advance, from labs with satellites and telescopes that never blink. You do not have satellites. You do not have decades. You have 3 days, a bronze sighting tube, and a wine cup you should not have finished. If the sky goes dark and you did not warn the palace first, this is not a professional failure. It is a capital one. It is the reign of Emperor Zhongkang, ruler of the Xia dynasty, roughly 2,100 years before the Common Era. The sun is not a star to these people. It is the emperor's counterpart in heaven, proof that the mandate rests where it should. When the sun disappears without warning, the message is not astronomical, it is political. A dynasty that cannot predict the sky cannot be trusted to rule beneath it. This is why the position exists. The Royal Astronomer does not study the heavens out of curiosity. The Royal Astronomer studies the heavens because the throne's legitimacy depends on never being surprised by them. There have been royal astronomers who predicted correctly for 30 years straight and were never once thanked for it. Correct is the baseline. Correct is invisible. Only the miss gets remembered. You hold that position. Your family has held it for 2 generations before you. Your father held the same bronze rod. His father trained under the man who cast it. Today, that inheritance is the problem. Every morning starts the same way. You climb to the observation platform before the guards change shift. You align the gnomon, a plain bronze rod, cast 11 years ago, worn smooth at the base from your father's hands before yours. You record the shadow's length. You record the shadow's angle. You compare both numbers against 6 generations of tables kept in the archive below you. This is the job, not prophecy. Arithmetic, repeated daily, for a kingdom that believes it is prophecy. Somewhere below the platform, the wind moves through the temple bells, and you track the moon's position against 36 named stars. You track the sun's height at noon, measured against the same bronze rod, every single day of the year. Rain does not excuse you. Illness does not excuse you. The tables must stay unbroken, because a broken table means a missed pattern, and a missed pattern means exactly the kind of morning you are about to have. There are 2 of you assigned to this observatory. You and the minister's nephew, appointed 6 months ago to, officially, assist with record-keeping. He does not know how to read a shadow table. He knows how to write a report. For a long moment, he simply watches you work. He does not ask questions. He writes things down. The archive itself holds 206 years of unbroken shadow readings. 206 years, without a single missing entry, kept by men whose names mostly went nowhere. You are entry 207. 3 nights ago, the calculations gave you a number you did not like. The lunar cycle and the solar tables were converging on a single date. A date that fell inside a festival week already fixed on the ceremonial calendar. Fixed. Not movable. Not yours to move. You brought the number to the chief astrologer. He looked at it. He told you the tables were old, the method was imprecise, and the festival could not be delayed on the word of a junior officer's arithmetic. He told you to recheck it. You rechecked it. The number did not change. The work itself costs you first. Your eyes, from years of tracking a noon sun without proper shade, are going soft at the edges. A fog that thickens every autumn and never fully lifts by spring. Your hands, from grinding pigment for star charts in cold water, have lost feeling in 2 fingers on the left. This is simply what the instrument does to the body that operates it. You sleep in 3-hour blocks, timed to the star schedule, not to your own exhaustion. Your body stopped negotiating about that years ago. Then the cost moves outward, into how people treat you. Villagers do not speak to a royal astronomer the way they speak to a neighbor. They speak to you the way they speak to a curse that has not yet been proven. Politely, and from a distance. A man who reads the sky for the emperor is a man who might, one day, read something in it about you. You are invited to weddings and never to funerals. Grief, apparently, is not a subject the sky should be present for. You were not consulted on that rule. You simply learned it, invitation by missing invitation. Then the institution itself starts pressing. The festival date cannot move, because the Empress Dowager's rights are timed to it, and rights timed wrong are worse, politically, than a sky event no one asked for. You are told, not asked, told, to submit a revised prediction, one that does not conflict with the calendar already carved into temple stone. So you do not revise the number. You revise the report's wording instead. You write possible disturbance, not eclipse. You write minor and brief, though your tables say otherwise. This is the closest thing to protest available to a man in your position, and it is not a protest. It is a smaller kind of surrender. 2 days before the date, a runner arrives from the capital with news. The festival has been shortened by half a day, on the chief astrologer's own recommendation, to be cautious. Your number was taken seriously after all. For the first time in 3 nights, you sleep the full night through. The runner has one more message. The chief astrologer will conduct the public warning ceremony himself. Your name will not appear on the record. Your calculations solve the problem. Someone else's name will solve it in the archive. You tell yourself this does not matter. You are wrong about that, though you will not learn how wrong until the following morning. The runner also carries an invitation, a private cup of rice wine with the minister's nephew, to celebrate a crisis avoided together. You accept. You have not shared a meal with another person in 11 days. The evening goes long, and quiet, and warmer than any evening you can remember. You stop tracking how many cups. You are not sure when you stopped. 206 years of unbroken entries sit in the archive below you. Whichever astronomer holds this post in another 200 years will not know your name. That was already true before tonight. Tonight simply makes it a smaller loss to carry. You wake late. The platform is empty. The bronze gnomon still holds yesterday's shadow line, untouched since dawn duties that no one performed. You reach for the sighting tube. Your hand finds an overturned wine cup instead. The same cup from the night before, dry now, resting exactly where you left it on the ledge meant for instruments. A moment passes before you understand what that means. By the time you reach the platform's edge, the light has already changed. Not dimmed, changed. A color no torch or storm produces. In the streets below, someone is already screaming that a dragon is eating the sun. This is the moment the drums are supposed to start. The ceremonial warning, struck from the palace tower, telling the city the sky is not ending, only passing. No drum sound. The chief astrologer, tasked with the warning, is nowhere on the tower. Neither are you. That is the detail the report will remember. Somewhere below, a bronze gong is struck by a soldier who does not know the correct rhythm for it, 3 beats too fast, stopping and starting twice, because the man who was supposed to strike it, you, is not at his post. The eclipse itself lasts minutes. The consequences do not. By the time the sun returns, 3 separate riots have started in the lower district. A temple has been damaged by a crowd trying to free a trapped god, and the emperor's own guards have had to physically hold back a mob outside the palace gate. An inquiry is convened before sunset. It does not take long. The tables are pulled from the archive. Your handwriting is on them. The wine cup is entered as evidence, still sitting where you left it. The sentence is read the following morning. Dereliction of duty, in a matter directly touching the mandate of heaven. Death, for you and for the chief astrologer both. 1 man for hiding the number, 1 man for failing to sound it. Nothing more is said. Nothing needs to be. The record survives. Not your name specifically. The event. Scribes preserve it in what will later be called the Book of Documents, as a warning to every astronomer who follows you. Predict correctly, and predict on time, or the punishment is not professional, it is final. Historians centuries later will point to this account as one of the oldest written references to a solar eclipse anywhere on Earth. A footnote in the study of ancient astronomy, cited in observatories that did not exist yet, in a language that had not been invented. The record calls it a failure of duty. The record does not mention that the correct number was calculated 3 nights early and buried by someone with more authority than you had. The chief astrologer's family will keep a modest estate for 2 more generations. Yours will not keep the bronze rod. It is reassigned, the following week, to entry 208. A nephew, 19 years old, who has never once used a sighting tube. He inherits the archive. He inherits the shadow readings. He does not inherit a warning, because no one writes one down. On August 12th, 2026, the sky will go dark again, on schedule, to the second. And almost no one watching will think about who first had to calculate that darkness by hand, or what happened to the ones who got it wrong by half a day. You had 3 days. You had the right number. It was never yours to say out loud.